know, you don't really intend to kill this venous leg, but you have to do it. Just like treating the cancer, you know that the baby will be killed. That will be aborted. But you have to remove the cancer. You know that for sure the baby will be aborted. I asked that question during one of my retreats. We had a very good feeling in it. And that was his opinion. He said, we still need to get a very specific declaration from the church in regard to that specific situation. It's a very difficult situation. They would die anyway. That's right. That's another consideration. They would die anyway, you know. But they were not really sure at that time that they would die anyway. You know, they could have been saved, you know, had they succeeded in controlling the terrorists.
What about the conjoined women? They only have one heart.
That's right.
One has to die.
Which one to die?
One has to die. Yeah. Okay. I think that would justify it. Morally justifiable, because that is a principle of double effect. Okay? You have to operate because both of them will die, and you know that one of them will die. It is not intended to kill the other twin, but I think that would be a good example for a principle of double effect. See, now we're applying the principle.
How about a person who lost the desire to live already and refused to take medication? I refused to take the medication that's given to him. He's still alive, but he's old, right? And so he refused to take medications anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. Take up Fifth Commandment. There is such a thing as the right to refuse extraordinary treatment. That is not an extraordinary treatment. That is an ordinary treatment. That is tantamount to suicide. See? That would be tantamount to suicide, because you know for sure that if you don't take the medication, you're going to die as a consequence. But you are not bound, you are not required to undergo extraordinary treatment, meaning to say treatment that chemotherapy, I think, is more considered now as ordinary than extraordinary. It's very important to understand that. I asked that question too, whether chemotherapy is considered ordinary or extraordinary. And his opinion is it's not ordinary. Huh? Oh, that's extraordinary, you know. At this point in time, it's not just a sure thing that you don't need to go through it. Okay? In other words, if the doctor tells you that there is no other hope, there's no other way you can live unless you have a heart transplant, should you go through it? It's going to be very burdensome, very expensive, all of that. And sometimes, there's no even assurance. There's not even an assurance it's going to succeed. You don't need to go through it. It's an extraordinary thing. You can refuse it. But ordinary treatment, just like taking medicine, of course, you should. Otherwise, you're killing yourself. There are ways of killing yourself, right? You don't want to drink anymore. Kill yourself. Yeah.
There are some people who take medicine and just rely on their faith in God to be healed.
Oh yes, like the Jehovah's Witnesses, they would refuse any blood transfusion because that is against their religion. That is a misguided, erroneous conscience. Because you're killing the person.
Some try to use alternative medication.
Yeah, alternative, that's fine. Alternative medicine is fine.
What about resuscitate?
What about what?
Resuscitate when you like that.
Oh, resuscitation. DNR. Do not resuscitate. Do not resuscitate. Okay? Is that?
It depends.
I'm not a nurse, but I don't know when DNRs. You know, DNR means you have already died, but you will be revived, right?
No.
Oh, so I'm ignorant about what
They don't revive you anymore.
I've been hearing about that, but I don't know the specific situation where you have to make a decision whether to resuscitate or not. I don't know.
Because a lot of people, when they have the will,
Yeah.
they have that in the will that they don't want to be resuscitated.
They don't want to be resuscitated.
Is that the same?
Of course, I don't. If you are already dead and you will be revived, then I don't think you have to go through that. I don't know. I still need to know the medical implications of DNR. I don't know much about it. Okay. Right. So these are situations that we will be confounded with. But what is important is we learn to apply all these important principles. Alright, what about counseling a lesser evil? That is okay if it is again unavoidable. Okay, you saw somebody robbing someone, okay? And then you witness it and you say, no, just get this wallet, don't kill him. Did you commit sin by advising him to just get this wallet? No. Okay, counseling a lesser evil, that's unavoidable because he was right there trying to rob his God. Just rob him, don't kill him, just rob him. That is counseling evil, right? But that is okay because you're counseling a lesser evil. That's robbing him and not killing him. Another principle. But of course, yeah, it's still bad. It's still bad, but we have no choice. Okay? Who knows? He might listen to you. Might just rob the guy. Okay? Though you've done something good too.